Hello everyone. Today I'd like to talk about pornography and why it should be illegal. In today's society, we don't really use the word pornography, or when we do use it, we feel uncomfortable doing so. And so, because it's uncomfortable, many times we don't talk about it or we don't bring it up. Did you know that 77% of Americans view pornography at least once a month? Are you one of those Americans? Pornography has become a rampant addiction that has spread across all of America and the entire world. In a survey conducted on young adults, 67% of young men and 49% of young women agree that viewing pornography is acceptable. Now, the effects of pornography really have to be educated to everyone, especially those that are younger. Pornography has been declared as a public health crisis here in Utah, and the effects that pornography has on individuals is a far greater impact that we know. And pornography must be outlawed and deemed illegal in America. I believe pornography should be illegal because it affects all those who participate in it by affecting their minds, their hearts, and all the other individuals that surround them. And although you don't know, many of your loved ones have become addicted to pornography or have viewed it themselves. So now is the time to educate the public of the dangers of this new drug and to ban it. So first, pornography affects your brain, and many times when people watch pornography, it's just something that's enticing. They don't know what they're getting into. But just like any other drug, once you've tried it, you want more of it. So pornography is a drug. It literally affects your brain, and it changes the chemistry of your brain. When we have a drug, it's dopamine in our brain, and we are wired to continually do things that please our mind. And so with pornography especially, when an individual watches pornography, more and more dopamine is released into the brain. And so just like any other drug, it is highly contagious, and it's very easy to be addicted to it. Pornography addiction escalates. It affects your behavior to extreme ways of thinking, and which eventually leads to action. And on January 24th, 1989, serial killer Ted Bundy was executed by electric chair after being sentenced for the rape and murder of over 30 women and girls. And a few days prior to his execution, he was interviewed. And in that interview, he goes into detail of his life. And he started out as a normal Christian boy. He never had the thoughts or intentions or ideas to hurt or harm others. Both his parents were faithful members to their church. And he explains his life as slowly becoming addicted to pornography. And he said that every single time he watched it, he wasn't satisfied. He needed more. And what ultimately happened was Ted Bundy, it was no longer, he needed more. He wasn't satisfied anymore by just what he was watching. He needed to go out and do it. Because of this, pornography escalates into actions. So this is another reason why pornography should be banned. It should be illegal across every state, and it should be banned from the world. There's no positive outcome to pornography. And watching pornography also ruins relationships. Watching pornography, either by yourself or many times couples do it together, it will ruin your sex life and decrease sexual activity. Did you know that 68% of divorce cases involved one party meeting a new lover over the internet? And 56% of divorce cases involved one party having an obsessive interest in pornographic materials. Now think of how many marriages could have been saved if pornography was against the law. Granted, it wouldn't be all of it, but if people were to know the harmful effects of pornography and knowing that it is against the law, they would think twice before viewing it. So pornography not only affects your brain, not only affects your heart, but it also affects the world. Pornography contributes to drug use and the spread of diseases. 66% of porn performers have herpes, 12 to 28% have STDs, and 7% have HIV. And 79% of porn actors or actresses, they use marijuana, 39% hallucinogens, 50% ecstasy, 44% cocaine, 27% methamphetamines, 26% tranquilizers, 10% heroin. The list goes on of how many people in this industry use drugs. And the reason for this is because they can't live with themselves and they need drugs to be able to cope with their way of living. So pornography needs to be banned to help individuals not only have a healthier lifestyle, but not partake in drugs or alcohol that are also illegal substances. And another big reason why pornography should be illegal is because it contributes to slavery and trafficking, rape and abuse across the world. 88% of pornography scenes contain physical aggression, while 49% of scenes contain verbal aggression. Now, that just kind of goes to show the importance of why pornography needs to be banned. Because through the start of pornography, it has created sex trafficking, which is also against the law. And the sole core of sex trafficking is pornography. And so if pornography were to be banned, the sex trafficking would go way down. So as stated before, pornography has grown and it has plagued the world. It has plagued individual lives, family lives, communities, cities, and nations across the world. Pornography should be illegal because it affects all those who participate by affecting their minds, their hearts, and the individuals that surround them. So take a stand today and fight the new drug. Thank you.